Friends and neighbors, you tell me, maybe I'm making too much of this. Too much of what, you ask? Well, I'm glad. Here, this. John Buckygross, who, by the way, I have no issue with. I mean, the man he does something for Parkinson's research, which means I'm automatically a fan. But this goes out on Twitter um, less than 2 weeks ago. Getting warmer with the eyeball emoji that I absolutely have contempt for. And oh, look, the hockey stick. Atlanta and Houston. Boy, I guess this means we're getting a team soon. And uh, is this a story? Really? I mean, hasn't it been conventional wisdom for a while now that it's going to be Atlanta and Houston or Houston and Atlanta at this point? And I mean, there's not a story here. This is clickbait engagement farming. And before I, give anyone a hard time for biting on it, I did. Look at that. Yeah, I responded to a comment, and there you go. I responded to the initial post, and shame on me for doing this. Look, how hard would this be? How hard would it be to say, unconfirmed reports say, or a source within the league says, or, and someone did post, GMs are thinking this, but I would think GMs are already thinking this, right? I mean, there's just not a story here, and it's kind of irritating to me, to be honest with you. Now let's contrast this with another story here that's actually a story. This comes from the Houston Chronicle. How Houston can be home to this sport's next expansion team, and obviously we're talking hockey here. Now, there's a couple of things about this article that I felt were worth pointing out. We first talk about Michelle Petit's efforts, more on that here in a second. But beyond that, where are we at here? Bettman saying, well, we're not really in expansion mode, which is what makes me think that we're in expansion mode. But right here, does Houston have the right arena and practice facility in place? And here they talk to David Stedman of Houston Hockey Community, where he talks about, I like this part. Okay, maybe an arena north of Houston proper. That's interesting. But then Chronicle's going to comment on, we can use Toyota Center as an interim hockey arena until a new NHL-caliber arena is built. And what made that catch my attention was that this is the second time, and I want to say about a week, that Chronicle has posted something about the possibility of a new arena being built. Maybe they got something. I'd like to know what they've been hearing. Moving on. Okay, so we have that. But also, and they're talking to Stedman again here, there is a suitable practice facility in this arena in Richmond that's being built, that Deep South Arena. At least I think that's what Stedman's talking. I don't know what else it could be. They could use that facility and then, play interim in Toyota Center. And before you go, well, wait, Richmond's way far from Toyota Center. Well, let's consider how far Sugarland Aerodrome was from Toyota Center. I'm sorry, not Toyota Center. Compact Center or Summit or Lakewood Church or, whatever we feel like calling it today. Think about the Stars practicing in Plano, but playing games in American Airlines Center. I know the Stars are looking to move and they might move to the Plano area. I get it. But what I'm saying is it's not that big of a stretch to think you could practice somewhere removed from where you're playing. I don't think it's that unusual. Now, what else caught my attention here is it's saying that Woodland Slapshot, the initial plan is abandoned. So I guess he's not looking at the Woodlands anymore, or that organization isn't. Instead, Conroe, Shenandoah, and Spring. I don't know, man. I'm thinking that Conroe is too far out for a practice facility. I don't know. If you live out there, let me know. I mean, maybe for an AHL or ECHL, although it wouldn't be my first choice. I'm thinking, San Antonio, New Orleans. I mean, we're the fourth largest city. We should have something. We should have a city of larger stature rather than, I don't know. Can you call Conroe a suburb? It's kind of removed to be a suburb. I don't know. It maybe, I don't know. If you're out there, let me hear from you. Um, something out there, sure. I mean, the area seems like the demographic that would be into hockey, but yeah, I don't know. So anyway, I'll hear from y'all about that. But anyway, so interesting story from the Chronicle. It's not behind a paywall for a change, so it's worth looking at. Uh, but it's not this. It's not. I absolutely hate this eyeball emoji here. And I'll even go a step further. I mean, I'm guessing he posted this because he knows something but doesn't want to tell us. And, it's like the obnoxious kid who's on the playground. I know something you don't know. Well, that kid, no one wants to hang out with that kid, right? Like either you tell us what you got or you keep it to yourself. Here, I'll do one for you. When I found out, like before starting the channel, I found out about Dan Friedkin, and the only time I mentioned it until the story got published was I said there are other interested owners, and I said that after Bettman made that public announcement here. So, this sort of thing, this is like that girl that you knew who would rev your engine, but not let you cross the finish line, if you know what I mean. And I could rev my own engine here. I do not need this sort of engagement farming clickbait, and it's only going to get worse. Okay. So, something to be aware of. All right. So, anyway, where to go next? I don't know. Let's talk. Let's talk hockey season, right? I mean, because it just started. I probably should have done this before the first game, but whatever. I had a long episode last time, so didn't want it to go too far. I should probably pick my winner, right? Um, it's the Stars home opener tonight, hence that and this and this and that's actually green. It's just not showing up well on cam, but okay, so let's give my picks here. And yeah, sure, I'd like for it to be the Stars. I'll talk about the Stars here in a second. I don't think it is. I don't think it's the year because team captain's injured. He's getting older because that's what people do. New coach. It's too radical of a change to think that's enough to get over that conference final hump and get the cup, right? I mean, I'd like to see it. Just one more cup before I end my Stars fandom. But when the Houston team gets here, but I just don't think it's there. So who do I think? Well, full disclosure, before the injuries, I was picking Florida. I felt Florida did enough to go a third time. The off season went well for them, but then injuries happened, and okay, fine. All right, so what am I thinking now? I got to pick somebody. I mean, not that you asked me to, but you got to pick somebody. So I'm gonna say Carolina. I'm gonna say Carolina because, well, I mean, they're a good team. We knew that already. But beyond that, it would be the most Matt as a sports fan thing that could possibly happen that Stankoven gets traded away and then wins a cup with the new team. So there you go. Carolina gets the cup. And either I'll be a genius or I will include this video clip in my horrible takes episode, which I feel like I should do one of those once a year. Sports commentators, which I guess I'm a sports commentator at this point. Sports commentators never hold themselves accountable for their horrible predictions and bad takes. And, I feel that's something I should do. All right. So more on Dallas Stars start of season here. Now, last episode, I talked about my obsession with goalie masks. So let's do Stars goalie masks because I dig them both. This is Casey DeSmith, goalie 2. And he's like, yeah, my daughter's into dinosaurs. So I figured I'd put dinosaurs on my helmet. And yeah, that works. And of course, you may have seen this already, and I don't care. I just like it. So I'm going to show it off. Otterzilla, Jake Ottinger's new mask there. Okay. This is our Houston hockey calendar. Not a lot has changed except that Rice's first game, sorry about that, is no longer at Bellerive. It is at Sugarland Ice for whatever reason against the University of Houston. More on UH here in a bit. And then don't forget about the UH Hockey Club fundraiser at Raising Cane Sugarland after that Rice game. I won't be in any of these. Sorry, it's Wife's birthday weekend. We have people coming in. So got to miss this one. But I will, I say that without checking the calendar, but I'm pretty sure I will be at both East Texas games at Sugarland Ice. Actually, never mind. I do want to talk about UH now. So you'll notice here it's got merch that they're going to have at this homestand. That's the Friday night Texas game and the Saturday Rice game. Pick yourself up some merch. Don't forget about the fundraiser after the Rice game. And we should also mention the University of Houston is a fine educational establishment. Never mind the $ after the number here. Also, these games are going to be, this weekend's games are going to be on their YouTube if you can't make it down to Sugarland for whatever reason. All right. Anyway, back to stuff. Now, after that, Mission Control Jackbox night. And this might be where you're going, what is Jackbox? Jackbox is, I'll put some video here when I edit this. But Jackbox is, if you ever played an old school game called You Don't Know Jack. Well, okay. If you hadn't, it's trivia and other online party games. And this is something I do with family and friends. I don't know. I'd say about 2, 3, 4 times a year. There's a new party pack coming out. And I don't know. I dig it. And this is one of those things where more people is more gooder. So if you're sitting home bored, play. It's not hard to figure out. The instructions are given. You just log in. I'll give you the info for the Discord. And as long as you have a cell phone or tablet or something like that in front of you, you can play. And it's a stupid amount of mostly inappropriate, but not so inappropriate. It's cringe. Fun. So yeah, more is more better. So join for that. And then Rice's next 2 games, the 14th and 15th at Bellerive, and I will end things there. And something I feel I should point out with all of these events. If you see me out there, you are never bothering me. Don't let me bother you, but you're not bothering me. Come say hi. The whole reason I started this channel was to connect with other hockey fans in anticipation of us getting another team. So yeah, come say hi. Look, go to events, man. I mean, wave the flag, support the thing. And speaking of waving the flag here, you may have seen this. The puck drops at Houston. What is that? Well, there is a movement to set up some hockey watch parties to get more of us together. Come on out to one of these events as they get posted. I'm reaching out to some bars in the area and come watch some hockey and meet some people. Went to the one at the Decoy. Was it Saturday night? We'll say it's Saturday night. It might not have been, but we'll say Saturday night. Went to the Decoy, hanging out with some people. I mean, it's a good time. I mean, it's hockey and beer, so, not like you really need an excuse. So as I'm putting the episode together, this just came through my Google alert. This is from the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. Dallas Stars need a geographic rival. Houston is ideal for NHL expansion. Nothing we didn't already know. The only thing that I thought was interesting on this is that it kind of shows a larger point I was wanting to make, in that Houston's not getting a lot of hate from hockey commentating. I mean, it's typically, we don't want the league to expand at all, which I understand. Lance, at that decoy thing with Hockey Day, he made some good points for why the league should expand, and he knows more than I do. But I understand the reluctance to expand beyond 32 teams. And honestly, just as a fan, if there wasn't a team in Houston, or if there was a team in Houston and someone else wanted to come into the league, I'd say, nope, sucks for you. We're at 32 already. Although I still like the idea of contracting teams that aren't selling as well to make room for new blood coming in. Relegation isn't realistic, but that might be. But anyway, we're not getting a lot of hatred outside of either we shouldn't expand at all, or Canadians saying, no, we should have another Canadian team, which isn't realistic. But here we go. They're going to point out how far Dallas travels to meet other teams. Like, the closest NHL opponent to Dallas is St. Louis. I didn't realize that. I thought it would be Nashville. But according to this, and I assume there some thought went into it. But this right here, not Atlanta. I love that these other cities are coming to take heat off of us. You know what I mean? So not Atlanta ever again. Not Phoenix, which I understand. And I also empathize with Phoenix, because it's like, it's not your fault you lost your team. It's somewhat your fault you lost your team. But I got to tell you, I'm the same way. Like, Morello was such a horrible owner. I get just staying home. So I get it. Not Indianapolis, which I thought was interesting. Not Austin, which I get, because if you're in Texas, you understand UT dominates that area. No other team is going to do well in Austin. Yes, I know that Austin has a MLS franchise. I don't care. It's not a real sport. But anywho, and look, Fort Worth Star-Telegram is telling us why. And even though they're taking Fertitta seriously as a potential owner here, which, I mean, no. But they're talking about all the reasons that we've talked about here, and the whole arena deal. So anyway, yeah, it's not just us thinking that we should be in the league. You got the Dallas area thinking so too. Cool. So it's a shorter episode tonight for a couple of reasons. Number one, let's just be honest. There's not a lot to say right now. We're just sitting here waiting for some news about an expansion team, and there's none to be had clearly right now, which is why we have the posting schedule for episodes that we have right now. Yeah, I'm hyped for home opener anyway, even though I'm 3.5 hours away. And this got me to thinking. Number one, I'm watching the social media hype with envy for the rival Texas City having a team. But beyond that, I just, my mind started wondering. And I want to hear what you think about this. How do you think a team, honestly, not what you want, how do you think a team's going to do here? Okay, I know back in the 70s, the Arrows outdrew the Rockets. Okay, fine. The Rockets have had 2 championships since then. The demographics have changed, and we're living in a different world. Honestly, how do you think a team's going to do here? Really? I mean, sure, it's going to be profitable. But I'm just going to put that out right here. All the naysayers that just, want to talk and, it's going to fold, and I hope Houston gets a team because they'll be moving to Canada soon. All that. All right, fine. I think they're going to be profitable. They're not going to be a top franchise. They're not. But, they'll sell the tickets and they'll sell the merch. I mean, look, All the, Shannon the hockey guy says all the time, all you got to do is fill the building. I think that's a little simplistic. I think all you got to do is fill the building and sell some merch. And if the logo's cool, they're going to sell merch. I mean, look at how well Texans merchandise moves because that bull logo is cool. That bull logo is cool. The stylized H is kind of dumb, but whatever. This is a cool logo, right? That'll sell again. But beyond that, like how well are they going to do? Like, we remember the days of the Astrodome being empty. And by the way, the world has changed. I don't think we're getting an empty Astrodome, although you could go to an Astros game and find, games don't typically sell out. I think the Texans sell out. I think the Rockets more often than not sell out, despite not having a lot of success in recent years. At least I think. I mean, I don't follow basketball, but it seems that way. Hockey's going to be the fourth, but how distant of a fourth? Like, I did a little research. I asked some people, it's like, how, what about soccer here? Is soccer the number 4 sport? And it's like, well, it is, but the MLS isn't. Okay, I didn't know. So, yeah, let me hear from you. How do you really think the team's going to do? Like, during this town loves a winner, which is how I think a sports town should be. When I hear about Chicago Cubs fans and the lovable losers, the Chicago Cubs, it's like, no, that's dumb. You're just telling ownership we don't care if you win. And if you do that often enough, you'll start having teams like the Pittsburgh Pirates, right? Like, you're just not going to do well. But what about down years? What about mediocre years? How do you think the team's going to be embraced? Like, we're not the Jets, or oh no, never mind. The Jets aren't doing too well attendance wise, even when they are doing well. But like, we're not the Leafs, where no matter what, just every game's going to sell out. Or the Canucks, where they could just jack up the ticket prices astronomically, and it doesn't seem to make a dent. Yeah. So how do you think we're going to do? By the way, here's something else. I also think that during expansion, like those first couple of years, the team's going to be really successful because they're going to give us some kind of sweetheart expansion draft because you don't charge $2 billion for a team and then say, all right, well, feel comfortable losing for the next decade. That won't happen. But once the initial hype, let's be honest, when the Arrows got here, every subsequent year, that attendance went down. How distant of a distant fourth is a hockey team in Houston going to be? So yeah, I want to hear from you. And before I let you go, let me just say, if ever I post a nothing post, I'm on X more than any of the others. I'm not a fan of Meta, although I'm kind of recognizing I have to get back on. But if I ever post some garbage just with an emoji, it's cool. You know where I'm at. Feel free to just smack the taste out of my mouth and tell me I know better. So let's remind ourselves, what did we learn today? The answer is not a whole hell of a lot, which is the source of my frustration with lack of news and abundance of clickbait. And speaking of no news, it is way past time we hear from the Friedkin group. Have you noticed that he's never addressed the public about getting a hockey team in Houston? That story got broke by Emily Kaplan of ESPN. And he said nothing, or no representative from his company has said anything. Even Tillman has addressed the public, telling us what we didn't want to hear, but at least it was true. Like, yeah, I wanted to get a team, but they're charging too much. We're having trouble reaching a deal, and they probably won't. Oh, okay. So, yeah. Anyway. Hey, so that's what we learned, or rather what we didn't learn. Hey, reminder. Wave the flag. Hey, if you like this video, I hate doing this, but click the like and subscribe and share and comment and all that. It does help the channel out. And click here where it tells you click something on the playlist and watch more of this stuff. And with that, friends and neighbors, we out.